Guys, today I'm going to make a really simple, easy dish. It's going to be brown butter raviolis, and I'm going to add some kielbasa. Here I have my ravioli, and this is just pre-made 4-cheese ravioli. I then have half a cup of butter. I have a teaspoon of garlic or 2 cloves of garlic. I have half a cup of Parmesan cheese, as well as I have 2 teaspoons of basil and 2 teaspoons of oregano and half of a tablespoon of basil, and then I just have a package of kielbasa. So I'm going to go ahead and also put a picture up with the food listings of what you need, the ingredients. This is really simple. So first what you're going to need to do, of course, is just you're going to boil your water, and I've pre-salted this. Basically I put in quite a bit of salt, probably about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons. And once that's boiling, I'm going to go ahead and add my ravioli. So we're going to go ahead and wait for that to boil. Never wants to boil when you watch it. Alright, so my water is boiling, or close to boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and start on this. You're just going to go ahead and turn this on to medium-high heat on your pan. Then you're going to add in your butter. So, like I said, this is half a cup of butter that I'm adding to my pan. Put that over there. To this, I'm also going to go ahead and add my garlic. Again, this is going to be a teaspoon of garlic or 2 cloves. Once you've got that, I'm going to start just going ahead and stirring this around so it will melt a little easier. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to melt the butter and kind of saute the garlic until it's nice and golden and a little softer. And once you have that started, I'm also going to go ahead and once it's kind of melted more, I'm going to add in my seasonings as well as the kielbasa. Now what you're going to do is when you leave butter, if you've noticed this before when you've been trying to melt butter, if you leave it too long it changes color. Well, that's basically what we're going to be doing here. Is we're going to be cooking this until it goes from being yellow to brown. And it kind of gives it a nice nutty flavor. And it's just really, really, really delicious. And you don't have to actually wait the full amount of time for it to actually change colors if you don't want to, if you're in a rush or something. But if you have the time, I would definitely suggest going ahead and waiting because it does just give it so much more flavor. It's just a lot better. And also, it depends on how sauced you like your meal. You know, if you're a person who likes more sauce, I would use the full half cup of butter. If you like things a little drier or, you know, just not a huge fan of having a half cup of butter, you can go ahead and instead use only a 1/3 cup. But I like saucy, so I went ahead and I used my full half cup. Now basically what we're doing is as you cook it, you're going to notice that it's going to start to froth up. And whenever it does fully froth up, then I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients and I'm going to turn it down a little bit lower. I'm going to put it to medium instead of medium-high. My water is almost to a full boil, and that is going to go ahead, once I put my raviolis in, you're going to basically boil them gently. So I'm going to turn that to medium as well. You want to go ahead and gently boil your raviolis for about 4 to 6 minutes or until they float or desired tenderness, basically. And of course you don't want to do it too long because they will get mushy. So, and if you weren't adding the kielbasa, you could, I guess, go ahead and instead of just doing a 4-cheese ravioli, you could do a beef ravioli, just so you had a little meat in there. Or if, you know, vegetarian, you can go ahead and do just the ravioli and not add the kielbasa. So now that that's going a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down just a tad. I'm gonna add in my seasonings. And I'm gonna add in my kielbasa. So that gets warm. And we're just gonna flip this around a little bit, mix it all up, and we're gonna let it sit. And like I said, start changing color a little bit. And you can make yourself a little hole like that so you can kind of judge the color of it. So that's going. My water is completely boiling now, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in my raviolis. And by the time that my raviolis are done, this will be close to being done as well. So this is a very fast meal. You know, the raviolis, to start boiling the water takes maybe 5 minutes. But all in all, you can get this done in 15 minutes. The only kind of prep that really is, you know, measuring things out, and that doesn't take time at all. And cutting up the kielbasa, again, doesn't take much time at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit here for a second, and we will be back when it starts changing color. Alright, so it's been about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, and I just want to show that it's starting to change color here. It's getting a little darker. We're going to go darker than this, but you could also stop here if you wanted, but I'm going to go a little darker. But I just kind of wanted to show you the change in color. As you can see, it's nowhere near as yellow as it was when we first started. Alright, so as you can see, we have a nice dark, almost brown color, of course, you know, brown butter. And we're just going to stir this all around. My kielbasa, of course, is getting nice and warm. And this is pre-cooked, so we're not really trying to cook them here or anything like that. We're just trying to warm them up. That is going to be almost done. So this is when we're going to go ahead and also, by the way, my raviolis are almost done, as you can see. They are starting to float. So that means they're almost done or done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and add on our 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. Mix that all together. And once we've done this step, we're almost completely done. So we're going to take this off the heat right away because we don't want our Parmesan cheese to burn. And then I'm going to go ahead, put them in a pretty bowl, and top with my brown butter kielbasa sauce. Get that all in there. Smells delicious, guys. And then that is it. Gently, because you don't want to pop open your ravioli. As you can see, some of them popped open. But gently, go ahead, toss your ravioli, and you are set for dinner. I'm gonna go ahead and just heat up some nice simple veggies, and we'll be set.